Scents of wood. You guys remember this box? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Anyways, it's that time of the year. We got 3 different samples, new ones. This one, the juice is pretty dark and red, very potent looking. The second one, very transparent, clean looking. Smells clean, I like it. And the first one, kind of orange looking. This one is good too. All right, so let's have some fun and see what they smell like. I got the names. So first off, 3 years ago, I received the first 3 samples from Scents of Wood, just like these, which all of them were fantastic and high quality fragrances with a very soulful, organic, and upcycling process to it, which made me become even more interested in this house. Now, 3 years later, and here we are with an established, phenomenal house that creates one of the best woody fragrances on the market. All right, so today we're going to sample 3 fragrances that are going to be part of the subscription of 2023. And I mean late of 2023, and actually I think it started about a week or 2 weeks ago. He already sent out some of them, and also 2024 as well. All right, so the first one is called Vanilla in Armagnac. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And so it smells really good from the bottle, but let's spray it and see what we get. All right. It has a citrusy opening. It's sweet. It definitely has this sorbet-like kind of a smell to it as well. I like it a lot. It's very beautiful. I think I smelled something like this with the House of Atelier. There was one fragrance that had kind of was vanillic and kind of citrusy. But this one feels to be more robust and woody too, which I like it better. I can tell this is going to be very long lasting. It's very strong, very beautiful. Yeah. I see. Very interesting. The opening, and here I smell the dry down. Yeah, this is very beautiful. I actually like this a lot. So again, as the name says, it's sweet, it's vanillic, it has a citrusy and lemony opening. Now, this one is the first fragrance that members of the new subscription will receive, which I believe already has started, as I mentioned earlier. Now, this is a creation by Natasha Cote. I hope I'm not butchering her name. Apologize if I did. Who also authored Praline in Maple, which I love that one. It's just another delicious gourmand kind of a scent, which I have a sample of it here. I haven't gotten the chance to review that. It's a beautiful scent. And also, I believe she did Oud in Calvados and Vetiver in Bloom. Now, I haven't had the chance to smell Vetiver in Bloom, but I don't know if I smelled the Oud in Calvados. But again, I love her work because I fell in love with Praline in Maple. It was such a beautiful scent, very delicious. It has a boozy kind of an aura to it as well, which I like. It's becoming boozy. This one would be perfect for this time of the year, fall and winter time. It's very cozy. I like it. Yeah, it's just the typical sense of wood DNA in it, which I love. Yeah, it's very beautiful, definitely very gourmand. I can definitely smell the vanilla, but it's also very syrupy as well, which I mentioned. It kind of has that little bit of DNA of, praline and maple, but completely different. But there's that syrupiness from praline and maple in here as well, which is just very delicious. Now, this one was born in an event that Natasha and Fabrice from Sense of Wood hosted at Niche Perfumery Etiquette in Montreal last year. Now, interestingly, during the course of the event, they asked the attendees what Sense of Wood fragrance they would like Natasha to work on next, and someone said a fluffy woody scent like a dessert of sorts, if you will. Natasha flew home to New York that night and started thinking about that strange brief. Her mind wandered to French bûche de Noël, those Marienfield traditional vanilla ice cakes, and soon enough, her frothy, airy vanilla scent was in the works. The Armagnac barrel, with its earthy, aromatic impact on the alcohol, was an obvious choice, and you can definitely smell that in here. And especially as the fragrance opens up more, and it is just so beautiful, that woodiness. It's so well executed. It counterattacks that gourmandishness of the scent, and it balances out really well. And it just gives the fragrance this addictive kind of a charisma to it, which I really like. God, this is really good. That Armagnac barrel smells so good. You can totally smell that. I love it. So that's how vanilla in Armagnac was born, which is a light fizzy companion to vanilla in bourbon, which that one is more of a headier, boozier, more vanillic-centric kind of a scent. Now, vanilla in Armagnac is a luminous cedar and vanilla scent that sparkles from top to dry down. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to like this one. This is definitely a home run. Very well done. Very beautiful. All right, so the key ingredients in here, top notes, we got cocoa shell, we got lemon, we got bitter orange, we got ISO-E super, and in the heart, we got vanilla CO2 extract, we got cocoa absolute, and in base, we got amber extreme, we got amber tonic, and we got cedarwood. All right, so let's put vanilla in Armagnac here, let it to dry down, and move to second one. So our second scent is called Opalene in Oak. Opalene in Oak is the 11th fragrance that members of new subscription will receive. A creation by Julien Rasquinet, the rising star of Paris-based perfumers and a newcomer to Sense of Wood. Opalene in Oak was born out of their usual personal force interview, but that day, the conversation took an unexpected turn. Julien shared his thoughts by saying, "When I think of my personal forest, the trees and woods that have shaped me, it's driftwood that comes to mind. The kind that has weathered by the ocean, shedding all color and texture, becoming perfectly smooth and weightless." Continuing, he added, "And I would like to do a fully synthetic interpretation of this idea. No naturals, just 100% fragrant molecules." Without pause, he concluded, "And the scent will revolve around Opalene." Now, Opalene is a captive molecule that was created by IFF a decade ago to project cleanliness in detergents and washing powders. And so he decided to use that in the scent. All right, so let's spray Opalene in Oak and see what we get. Smells very clean just from the bottle, but it has something unique to it. All right, let's spray it, see what I get. Okay. Oh wow, this one is strong. It's already coming to me, I can smell it. It's pretty good. Very clean, very clean. Fresh, clean, kind of has aldehydic kind of a characteristic to it. I knew there was something to it. Okay, so, wow. Okay, so it's very clean, but there is something in there that feels almost like leathery, a little bit animalic, if you will, like musky animalic. Like, okay, I get it. Okay. So kind of like driftwood, kind of moist, kind of a vibe to it, like a old woody, moist kind of a thing. Yes, all right. So not leathery, but kind of a moist wood that I get. But it creates almost like a leathery vibe, but woody. So I would say it's kind of woody, moist, woody kind of a smell. Very interesting. An immaculate, shiny, woody freshness that smells like aldehydes on steroids. That's the best way that I can explain this scent. With a puzzling complexity and a perplexing white floral dimension. It has this white floral to it, which I cannot really pinpoint, kind of complex. And when you initially spray it, it feels very simple. You're just like, oh, it's a clean kind of a scent, and that's it. But as it opens up, as I mentioned, it becomes kind of puzzling. There are some notes in here that makes you wonder, like, what is that that's creating that? And, you know, it is a complex, multi-dimensional kind of a scent. And it makes it very interesting and unique in its structure. Wow. So Opalene in oak is totally unique in its structure, as I mentioned a million times. The French oak barrel, the most noble and authentically natural cask in Sense of Wood collection, provided the ideal contrast and a perfect complement to this scent of science. All right, as far as the key ingredients goes, which most of them are molecules, in the top, it's, as trying to remember, it's Opalene, I believe, and then it's cologne or cologne, and then you got adoxa, and then in the heart you got phenylacetic acid, you got melanol, and then in the base you got ambroxan, you got cephalus, opernite, and vermouth. So again, Opalene in oak, it is a clean kind of a scent, but it is woody at the same time. And the woodiness, it's very interesting because it has this driftwood kind of a smell to it. So it has this moist, kind of a wet, kind of a wood smell to it, which makes it really interesting. But also, this mixture of these molecules, if you don't think of the story, or if you don't know about the story, when you smell it, it can smell like a clean fragrance that is leathery. So that's also another way to kind of, you know, explain this scent, that it's very clean. It has this beautiful cleanliness to it, but then at the same time, there's this leathery, somewhat animalic woodiness to it, which makes it really beautiful. So anyways, I actually like this one also, very well done. But again, this one is a little bit specialized, and I think that it's not going to be a mass-pleasing kind of a scent. But to me, I did really like this one. Yeah. All right. Let's move to the last one and then see what we got. All right, so the last one, which has the darkest juice out of all of them, I'm sure it's going to smell the darkest out of all of them as well, is called Burnt Hinoki. Now, Burnt Hinoki is the sixth fragrance that the members of new subscription will receive. A creation by the uber-talented Domiti Michelon Berthier, which marks her debut collaboration with Sense of Wood. True to Sense of Wood essence, it finds its origins, as always, in a cherished personal memory. One night in Paris, 6th arrondissement, to kick off a lavish party in a private townhouse, the hostess, who had just flown back from Japan that morning, burned hinoki sticks in every corner of her home. Now, as she mentioned, the outcome was nothing short of mesmerizing, an experience both enchanting and enigmatic. Domiti promised herself to create a fragrance that would capture the essence of that very special night. The smell, the scent of burning Hinoki. Sense of Wood has created Hinoki scent, which was launched back in 2022 and is called Hinoki in Hinoki, which is a spiritual, inspired, and elevated type of a scent. But this one's supposed to be smoke-filled, dark, and mercurial. All right, so let's spray this and see what we get. Burned Hinoki. Okay, definitely smells very familiar. It's right up my alley. Wow. This is very smoky. Charred like smoky. Oh, God, this is good. Wow. Okay, so again, this is definitely not a mass appealing type of a scent, but it's right up my alley. I mean, Fabrice, he definitely knows my style and he just sent me these accordingly. It's not fair because I'm not trying to just say these are good. They all are right up my alley. God, this is really good. So interesting. So this one, okay, it's familiar. You guys know me from my channel if you watched my Rook perfumes, which called Rook. That one has this kind of smoky barbecue kind of a smell that has castellum and civet in it. And it also has birch tar in it as well. This one definitely feels that way. It definitely reminds me of Rook by Rook Perfumes. But this one feels fresher and less meaty. Like that one had a little bit of like a meatiness to it, but this one has like a freshness to it. It feels kind of spacious, and that's what I like about it. It's not as overpowering as that one. Kind of spacious but smoky, almost like a cold smokiness, if you will. Like you're out in the forest in a dark night and there's this smoky smell and it's kind of cold, but you can feel the coldness, but then it's also kind of, you smell that burned, charred kind of a smoky smell. And that's exactly what you get here. Very well done. Very interesting. Almost has a greenness to it as well. Like aromatic greenness, kind of sour now as it's opening. Not only becoming more smoky, but it also becomes a little bit medicinal as well. Like I said, it has this aromatic greenness to it, very spatial. So if you're into smoky fragrances, this one will be right up your alley. And I have to say that this one is the smokiest scent in Sense of Wood catalog to date. Now I haven't tried this on my skin, but when I was talking to Fabrice, he said burned Hinoki's deep charred effect is particularly intriguing on the skin. Now its projection and lastingness at a concentration of 18% are absolutely striking. So I should give it a try on skin and see how long it lasts on my skin and how it changes. I'm sure it would definitely smell different on my skin. Now, this one is really interesting. Obviously, it's called burnt Hinoki, so there's no barrel used for this one to age the alcohol. So this one has just a regular organic alcohol in it. Now, like for Hinoki, in Hinoki, which was launched in 2022, they used Hinoki chips, which they use in here Hinoki chips as well. Yeah, this one is becoming even more smoky, and it's definitely for someone that's into smoky fragrances. It's definitely has this spaciousness about it, which I mentioned that many times, which I find it very intriguing. But yet there's this medicinal aromatic greenness to it as well. And what I like about it, that it doesn't smell like a barbecue sauce, but the smoke of the actual barbecue. And that's what so it doesn't have any meat kind of a smell to it or anything, but there's this like charred kind of a smell to it, which makes it wearable. And I like that. And I think that aromatic greenness and this spaciousness kind of allows the fragrance to breathe and give it this kind of wilderness or kind of forest-like, cold forest-like kind of a smell to it. And I believe that this one is the smokiest scent in Scents of Wood catalog to date, if I'm not mistaken. And as Fabrice mentioned, burned Hinoki's deep charred effect is particularly intriguing on the skin. So I definitely have to try it on my skin and see how it reacts on my skin and how the scent changes on my skin. So I will definitely do an update on these three fragrances in future. Now, as also Fabrice mentioned, its projection and lastingness at a concentration of 18% are absolutely striking. Now, this one obviously called burned Hinoki, so no barrel was used to age the alcohol, but the alcohol is still organic in this one. And like for Hinoki, in Hinoki, they use Hinoki chips, which in this one, they also use Hinoki chips as well. Now, as far as the key ingredients goes, top notes, we got juniper berry oil, heart, we got Hinoki Absolute, and base, we got vetiver, olibanum, and myrrh. So I believe that aromatic medicinal greenness that I was talking about must be coming from juniper oil and olibanum, I think, and vetiver as well. They kind of maybe create that green aromatic medicinal greenness that I was talking about. And that's pretty much what I have for these three fragrances. Now let's smell the first one again. Oh God, the first one. Yeah, this one is very mass pleasing. I think a lot of people are going to love this one. Yeah, this one is a compliment getter. Yeah, for sure. Very beautiful. There's nothing crazy about it. Very beautiful, gorgeous. Now that it has dried down, it became so boozy. Oh, it's very beautiful. God, I love this. Gorgeous. All right, so let's see. Opalene in oak. Kind of stayed the same. So this one is pretty linear. Kind of smells, again, clean with that moist wood kind of a smell. Driftwood kind of a smell. This one is good. I like it. But I like the first one a lot. So, and last one again. Yeah, this is very smoky. I love it. And it's clean smoky. That's what I love about it. It's not dirty smoky. This one is very well executed. All right, so you guys can tell which ones are my favorites. So I think because a lot of you guys want something that's mass pleasing and it's easy to wear and everyone would really enjoy and give you compliment, I would say Vanilla in Armagnac is the one. It's very beautiful, very sexy, very sensual. I would say very seductive. That's what I would say about this one. Opaline in oak, it is a little bit challenging. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's very clean, but I would say the driftwood makes it kind of weird in a way where some might not like it. This one stayed the same. Again, I love this one, not as much as the first one, but I kind of like the fact that it's clean, but yet it has that driftwood, moist, woody kind of a smell to it. Very unique. Almost has kind of a smokiness, like leathery nuances to it. Again, it's very subjective, but I cannot wait to try it on my skin to see how it reacts. Nice. And yeah, this one, it's a beauty. I love this. God, that smokiness is just amazing. Yeah, all right, so the first one is my favorite one. The second one is okay. And the third one, the burnt Hinoki, is definitely a beauty as well. And that's it, you guys. That's all I have. I will definitely try them on my skin and do a follow-up video for you guys. And that's it. Hopefully, I'll see you guys soon with another video, and bye.